Hey up, Sofa Squad, and welcome to On the Sofa. And I'm just going to add a new guest to the stream. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I don't believe we've met before.
I don't think we have, but I'm in the same Twitter group as you, so I just saw that link.
Ah,
It's nice. I'll just click on that.
yeah, well, welcome. Why don't you tell my viewers a bit about yourself and what you're about?
A wee bit. My name is Jay. I'm originally from Germany, but I live in the US. So I'm all over the place currently.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
And good to have you on. With us as always is Will, aka Godless Sewing.
Hello. How's everybody? Very nice to meet you, Real Pumpkin Jay. Hello.
Thank you.
And so yeah, this is On the Sofa. We're live every Thursday evening, and we chat about British politics, and it's and we basically make fun of it
Yes,
and have a bit of a, because if you don't laugh you cry.
definitely.
Absolutely. Politics are just, like I was saying earlier, like I used to watch your news as a refuge, and now it's just back to music videos and pretending like none of this is happening.
Yeah. But before we've got Signese as well. Hello,
Awesome.
Signese.
Sorry I'm late. I was dropping my kid off.
Okay.
She was going to be the very special guest I mentioned. Oh, who do we have here? Hi, new person.
Hi, I'm Jay. Hi, Signese.
Hi, I'm an asshole, but don't let that deter you. I'm actually very nice. Shut up,
Yeah.
Will.
We
Don't
balance
worry, I've
each
been
other.
called all kinds of fun names, including wanker and anyway.
We balance each other out though.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, we balance each other out. So
Exactly. And
it'll
then we
be
got Artie in the Midwest. Where the hell is Artie? Where did he go now? You off getting late again?
Oh, who knows?
Did just get some pussy, asshole?
But before we get started, I just want to plug my Patreon. If you want to become a patron, you can, and the details are in the description, and you'll see your name scrolling along the bottom there with Greg Hartwick and African Humanist. And you can buy my book, Surviving 2020, as well, and the link is in the description. And you can buy me a coffee.
Not anymore. I might actually buy your book, Mike.
Yeah. Cool.
Sorry, Josh, if you're watching this.
Let's have some pity on Mike today, because he's a bit under the weather.
I've got man flu.
What happened?
I've got the dreaded man flu.
Oh boy.
Which of course is worse than swine flu. No, it's not COVID. It's not COVID. It's just. But man flu is definitely worse than swine flu and bird flu.
Yeah, man flu is only worse for the woman taking care of you.
I don't have a woman taking care of me, or a man, or any other gender for that matter.
Oh, so you got nobody. So there's nothing in the room but you and the problem, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
If we've got any viewers on the East Coast, particularly in Middlesex County, New Jersey, who need a job, please, for the love of God, come apply at my job, because I need staff, because I'm surrounded by fucking. I have no help. Ooh, big
I'm in West Virginia.
Come to New Jersey and apply for a job, please. I need staff.
I would have to go to New Jersey.
What?
But I would have to go to New Jersey.
New Jersey is not as bad as you would think, but it all depends on the part of New Jersey you're in. Like central New Jersey, where I am, is actually quite nice. It's North Jersey that people think of usually when they think of the armpit of America. South and Central are actually quite nice. South is very agricultural. What's funny?
No, you're describing it perfect, because I've been to
South Jersey is a beautiful agricultural paradise. Central Jersey is like kind of suburban, and then you get North Jersey. But there's two halves to North Jersey. There's North Jersey, Bama. There isn't a corresponding South Jersey, Bama, and then there's the eastern half that they think they're part of New York. Just like you get
yes.
Then you get South Jersey, Bama, Atlantic County, Camden, and the part of New Jersey that thinks it's part of Philly.
Let's just say I had less.
And then the shore region is neither North Central or South. It's its own region.
I've had less culture shock than the time I took a train from Heathrow to Wales than I did when I was in the New Jersey, New York area.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
And I'm from America. That's all I'm saying. Just
right. And it's funny, but the stark differences between the rest of South Jersey and Camden, they're so apparent because my mother always says, and she's like right across the street, and I'm worried she's going to come over here and bitch at me for still being parked in front of her house because I was just hanging out with my daughter there. She says to me, one does not accidentally wander into Camden. You're driving through beautiful Haddonfield and suddenly there's a car on blocks.
Hey, in the chat, in the comments, Stool's complaining that you let the Germans in and that you're next letting in the Belgians.
Oh dear.
Stool, shut the fuck up. Okay, there. I said my abolition.
Bit of casual racism.
Jay, you're new to the party. You don't know about the very adversarial and confrontational relationship between me and Stool.
I know Stool.
Stool and I have a very strange relationship where occasionally we agree on things, but usually it's just me endlessly roasting him the entire stream. Every time he opens his mouth, I tell him to shut up because nobody cares.
He's fun for the banter. I love
that's one way to describe it between me and Stool.
Oh, I love Stool. Ebony and I
tolerate Stool with very, very mild affection. My mom actually thinks he's cool people. He has no memory of meeting her because he was absolutely plastered. But Lavender Lady was having a stream for Thanksgiving, I think, and Stool and my mom got into a very interesting discussion. And Stool thought she was arguing with him, and she was actually agreeing with him. And he still said, "Wait a minute. You're not stupid. I like you."
Oh my God.
So let's talk about how Stool's trying to tank this stream, just like Liz Truss.
Trying or succeeding?
Just like Liz Truss tanked the UK economy earlier this
Already?
week.
How long she been Prime Minister?
Not long.
She's already tanked the economy. Beautiful. Lovely.
Nice.
Hey, you guys like my new accessories? I have tendonitis. No, Stool, I swear to you, there's evidence of this. Ask Diana. She's got evidence of this. You and my mother and side sister, the two of you were in this stream. And then you realized suddenly that she was agreeing with you and said, "Oh, wait a minute, you're not an idiot."
Anywho,
I come from a distinguished line of geniuses, at least on that half of the bloodline. I accurately described myself once as half stupid because my father's a blithering idiot. I was about 14. I had done something stupid, and my mom was yelling at me. I said, "Well, Mom, I am half stupid." And she kind of stopped and was like, "You know, I never thought of it that way." And just kind of stopped lecturing me and walked away.
So I'm going to start a new campaign. It's called The Rishi Was Right. I'm just going to say my boy Rishi Sunak was right when he said that Liz Truss was going to tank the economy.
The first time I heard somebody compare her to Margaret Thatcher, I was like, "Oh no. Oh no.
She doesn't.
Maybe before she leaves, I can get my mother to come over and say hi.
She cosplays. She cosplays as Margaret Thatcher. She wants to be.
Plays with Margaret Thatcher. That's a new
wants to be Margaret Thatcher.
Why anyone would want to be Margaret Thatcher is beyond me. But anyway,
why would anybody want to be Boris Johnson? Why would anybody want to be Trump? Speaking of Trump, Hurricane Ian had one job, and Mar-a-Lago is still intact.
Well, that's how you know God's not real. That's how you know God's not real.
There you go. There you go.
Pound went down to $1.03, but it's gradually.
I've never seen it that low.
No, exactly.
Thank you, Liz Truss.
And ever since the Chancellor's mini budget,
Where's my wire so I can plug this in?
They tanked the pound.
Oh, beautiful.
And, and now they don't want to talk about it.
Because they're banking on people in the future that they're trying to starve out right now. Their plan doesn't make sense. They're borrowing against the future. As someone who owns a business, that's a terrible business plan.
Yeah.
That is just
The Bank
Of
of
course.
England will change interest rates by
There we
as
go.
much as needed to get inflation back under control, Governor Andrew Bailey said. It comes as the pound plummeted to a record low against the US dollar this morning after a raft of tax cuts announced by the Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng in a mini budget. These people need to resign.
Yeah, they do. But they
They're not
won't.
going to.
How long it took Johnson?
no Quasi Quatrain. I'm so glad you said his name because I couldn't pronounce it earlier. He
Mm.
went on a tour today
Yeah.
to ignore everybody because he didn't
Mm.
answer any questions.
No.
I
he
once
didn't.
went to a press conference with the acting what the fuck of the department commissioner of Department of Human Services in New Jersey. And my mom asked him some kind of question. He said he was going to officially dodge it. That sounds like what happened here.
Wow.
I know. Look, I actually bothered wearing makeup today.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually bothered. I wanted to look nice. Because if I'm going to be in my hometown to hang out with my kid, I don't know who I'm going to run into. And I'm certainly not going to look a fool if Matt's psychotic stalker pops up. Because if I have to fight her in front of my kid, I'm going to look good doing it.
I think what's happening though is Liz Truss knows this is a terrible plan. There's nothing
Mm.
she can do except for write it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
Is that
now,
what we're saying?
and as of an hour ago, she's done a bunch of radio interviews and one interview, because
Mm.
she's dodging the fact that she's, this is going to ruin people's lives.
Yeah. She
Oh, yeah.
Stool is alluding to the fact that Poundland Thatcher,
Faster. Oh, please hit my car. I could use a payout. Damn it.
she did a series of car crash local radio interviews
Yep.
this morning. They were really cringe. I was embarrassed for her. They were awful to listen to. Honestly.
I watched a few.
They're-
And you managed to stomach them? Oh, Jay's gone. We lost Jay. What
Yeah.
happened?
yeah.
I
That's no
can't.
good.
I guess. Oh well. Who knows? Maybe she'll be back.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I saw Jay's pronouns put in their little thingy there in the corner. I'm pretty sure they use they them pronouns. Let's not
They
mispro-
them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Sorry.
No, I mean it's an accident. It happens. I just noticed it, and well, you know how very passionately for the LGBT community I am, being a member of it myself. DJ's back.
I completely forgot to mention I rolled this giant joint, and I want Matt Powell to. I want
picking up a quarter tomorrow.
I want Matt Powell to see me smoking a J on YouTube.
My internet is utter shite.
I know
Oh,
that.
okay.
Mine
I
is
know
too.
that's good.
I understand.
Internet garbage.
No, I saw this
No.
really whiny video, and I'm like, why do you care so much about other people? So this J's for you, kid.
Yeah, joints are awesome. Joints are awesome.
Oh, yeah.
It's legal here, and I grew this.
It's legal here too, but growing is not. Growing is not legal yet in New Jersey, but recreational adult use marijuana is.
So letters of no confidence in Liz Truss are already being sent.
Imagine that.
Hmm.
Are we shocked?
Nope.
So,
I don't know if I am or I'm not, because it took a while for them to have no confidence in Johnson. So what's changed with Truss? That's my question.
I'm just not used to things happening this fast because like I've barely sat in the cheap seats with my popcorn. How long has she been prime minister?
less than
About
a week. Than a week or so.
And they're already trying to give her the boot.
Truss is prime minister, like the last thing Her Majesty did before passing away.
Yes. Yeah, but
May she rest in peace, though. I have nothing but respect for Her Majesty.
But
I don't know how I feel about Charles as Charles is king. I have to ask, what are our thoughts so far on that side of the pond? What do we think of Charles III and Queen Camilla?
It's too early, I think. It's too early. We'll see. But
Yeah.
according to the National, it says this: a former Tory minister MP has told Sky News the new Prime Minister is fucked, and the party are already looking to bring her down following Friday's mini budget. So
she's literally trying to kill the economy on purpose.
Well, that's beautiful.
To save people right now, not thinking about the future. I would kick her out myself.
Yeah. But whether this is actually happening or whether these are just rumors, I don't know. But time will tell.
Are they still going to have their national conference?
Yeah, it's happening at the moment. It's already started, I think.
Oh, really? I stayed up all night watching the Labor the other night.
But what was I? And apparently, I saw an article earlier today saying one MP told Sky News that he thinks she'll be gone by Christmas.
Wow.
That would be quite a shocking change, and it would be a very stark contrast between the dark ages of Johnson and now this whole new fuckery and shenanigans.
But
It would just show that the Tories could get rid of somebody incompetent if they wanted.
Yeah.
But they didn't give a shit enough with Johnson. So again, my question remains: what's the difference with trust? I can't think of anything other than sexism. Unless there's something I don't know, which if there is, please educate me. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, you could have a point. I mean, it could be if Rishi Sunak, if this was happening to Rishi Sunak, they'd be, or any other man for that matter.
I think it would be a lot different. But now I've been wrong before, and I'm open to the possibility that I'm 100% off the mark on this.
According to Alexa,
I can't help noticing the very, very, very stark differences here.
Yeah.
And I just have to question the reason for that. I mean, we all know I'm a big fan of knowing the reasons why behind everything anyway. And I can't think of anything. Perhaps it's a lack of information, but I can't think of any possible cause other than that. Eyes are down.
For anyone interested, according to Alexa, George Cannon, I believe, served 100 days as PM.
Oh,
so that's the rest.
That?
When was that?
I have to look. Now I have to ask another question.
Oh man! If only
I knew all the MPs in stature.
That's why I looked it up before I said anything. Let me go to my cell phone.
I remember distinctly.
Raised another excellent point in comments. Not warned about this, but the party members voted for the Libertarian puppet because Rishi has brown skin. So it seems like there's a lot of prejudice at play. I mean, that is one thing I've noticed. Both the Tories and the Republicans have that in common. There's a lot. There's definitely racism involved and the sexism runs rampant.
Jay, what were you saying?
I said, Canon, I don't remember, but I thought I'd remember everybody distinctly since John Major. That's how long I've been following.
Canon was a long time ago, I think.
So, are you? I have a kind of a personal question. Are you in your late 30s, early 40s?
Late 30s, yes. Why?
Well, we're around the same age. What you said, John Major?
Will, stop trying to put the moves on Jay.
No, I know. That's an identifying marker of age. Like that's something that you throw that name out. I caught my attention.
I'm sure that's what it is. You know what? But here's the thing, though. Well, I hesitate to believe that because when certain exes, whose names I will not mention, used to hit on you, you'd flirt right back. So.
I'm still.
You know what, Mike? It's not like you weren't the target of it too. I actually spoke to him recently. He wanted me to. He actually wanted me to tell you guys that he said hi and he misses Mike in particular.
George Cannon, shortest term lasted 119 days from April 12th, 1827 until his death on April 8th, August 28th.
God! I thought there was
go.
political incompetence at play here.
119 days.
But anyway, the thing is, if they get rid of Lizzie, I don't know who they're going to replace her with, because they're scraping the bottom of the barrel as it is.
Yeah, really. Not that there's much of a barrel left.
And in recent polls, that came out yesterday, Labour are on course to win the next general election. They're about 30 points ahead in the polls now.
33.
33. So
The fact that the sun is in my face is getting very
looking
annoying. And my visor
disastrous.
doesn't work because I'm short.
They're gonna get.
It's looking disastrous for Lizzie at the moment.
They're gonna get smoked. If there's a general election today, they would all basically be voted out of office.
But 2 years is a long time in politics. So
That it is. Anything can happen. I'm just trying to figure out where I can set the phone so I can drive while I'm doing this. But I'm not having much luck
so
here.
anyway, on to the
Set
next
my phone
story.
down, drive, and charge it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. What are the cops gonna do? They don't bother me.
They could not have used a worse photo, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they could have.
But our government have been rebuked by the IMF and the International Monetary Fund. I think that stands for.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
Yeah. We've become an international embarrassment.
Welcome to the club. I'll be your sponsor.
This is from the
We
Guardian.
became an embarrassment the second the orange shit gibbon took office.
Earlier, Jay, you said something about this is the lowest it's dropped in your lifetime, and I was thinking, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever seen the pound drop so low before.
I've never seen it that low. I always distinctly remember the pound being so expensive that everything was expensive. Like, when was that? A 10-pound pack of cigarettes in the 90s. It was ridiculous.
I seem to have memories in the 80s of the Deutschmark being worth more than the pound.
I know. Well, I was born in the 80s. I don't really remember the details. I mean, late 80s.
The 90s.
I went to my Uncle Bob, and whenever my father told me that Uncle Bob had financial issues, and we were visiting, and whenever I saw any change, I would pick it up and I would sneak it into his back pockets. So I had no concept of what money was. So I would just I found money. I'll give that.
Absolutely.
I'm in my. I'm the wrong side of 40, so I was a kid. I was a kid in the 80s, and I remember watching the news with my dad. And anyway. Stall is saying Uncle Bob is a
hope. Oh yeah, I've talked about Uncle Bob before. He was in the Royal Navy in World War II, and he couldn't swim.
Really?
Yeah,
my granddad.
Fuck you with the Navy. You can't swim.
My granddad was a commander in the Royal Navy. Funnily enough, during World War II.
Mine was a sergeant in the 10th Mountain Division during World War II. That was Cy Strike's father.
Mine jumped out of a plane on D-Day, and funny story, he took my grandmother around the world after World War II. He never flew in a plane again. They went on cruises everywhere. He said after he was so traumatized by D-Day, he never stepped foot on a plane ever again.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah. It's hardcore.
The Guardian says this. It is hard to overstate just how severe an embarrassment the dressing down from the IMF is for the government, which has been told to rethink last week's mini budget. The blunt language used by the IMF spokesperson was the sort normally reserved for a struggling, emerging market economy seeking financial support.
Okay, but let's be real. That's what your country has turned itself into with Brexit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So what the IMF did there was basically going at it without lube.
Yeah. But
Or didn't even take him out to dinner first.
Well,
but some Tory MPs have accused the IMF of being woke.
What does that even mean anymore?
They're
woke has taken on different. The term has just evolved so drastically just over the last 5 years.
Yeah, they're woke. They're woke and lefties. They're woke lefties now. For daring to criticize the government. But anyone who dares to criticize the government is woke these days.
It's so weird. The evolution of that word is so weird to me. In the early 90s, it just meant
I can't even tell if it's an insult or a compliment anymore.
It just meant you were aware of your surroundings and you didn't trust the government. And you wore bright colors. That's all it meant. And and now it's transformed into this whole.
It's just evolved so drastically to the point I don't think anybody's 100% sure what it means anymore. I myself have absolutely no idea if it's supposed to be an insult or a compliment.
No, in the UK, it's used as these nose pierced, blue-haired, weird people are insulting me, so I have to say something that's.
As a former blue-haired person, I am offended.
I've had
one of the many colors I've had over the years. Right now, I have this nasty red. I gotta ask my sister about putting this dark. I actually have dark blue dye at home. Wait a minute.
As a former raver, I think all the hair dye is one of the reasons I don't have hair now.
I shouldn't have hair. I've been dyeing my hair. I was 14 when I started dyeing my hair. I'm now 28. I should not have the kind of thick, beautiful, strong, lustrous hair that I have.
No, I have a serious question, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, seriously, that's what I'd like to know.
Right now, because winter's coming, and we're all laughing because right now in Southern California it's 90-something degrees. So we take weather for granted here, but you don't live where the sun shines.
No,
it gets cold.
We're just gonna eat cake, I guess.
All right then.
You're good as long as
Marie Anne Tressette. That's nice.
The North Atlantic current is keeping you guys warm, but
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, here I'm wearing my fucking pea coat because I'm freezing.
Because one thing that always ticks me off is that, say there's a fire, okay? You get 15 people, they'll stand around arguing about what to do about the fire. Sometimes you just need to pick up a hose and put out the fire, So as everything,
because the more you sit around arguing about it, the worse it gets.
But it's not just one issue in the UK, just like in America. It's not just one issue.
Right.
It's all of these issues happening at once, and that's what's going to tank the economy. It's just sad. It's sad to see the Western civilization would rather fight each other than fix their own problems.
Pretty much, yeah.
This next story,
the infighting is really going to be the downfall of society as a whole.
I'm bored. I'm bored with all the fighting. As a person of color, I've
just become apathetic to it all.
I'm one of every one of those boxes they don't like.
MP Andrew Bridgen, excuse me, evicted from 1.5 million country home and ordered to pay £800,000 by judge.
Oh my God, an MP actually facing some justice.
What's he done?
This time.
We've been following.
Did he do the judge's wife?
Was he squatting?
No.
He couldn't have done anything serious. They don't care when that happens.
We've been following this story on and off here on the sofa. He's been fighting this in court for years now. A Leicestershire MP has been ordered to pay £800,000 and been evicted from his 5-bedroom home by a judge following a legal dispute involving the family vegetable business. It is currently unknown where Andrew Bridgen, Conservative MP for North West Leicestershire, lives after being given final deadline of August the 24th to vacate the premises
in a box, perhaps?
Collerton near Colville.
Yeah, perhaps
the 57-year-old was branded dishonest by a High Court judge in March who ruled that Bridgen lied under oath.
Oh, beautiful.
So yeah.
I honestly
Oh.
sympathize. I sympathize in a way because I own this house that I'm in. Okay,
Yeah.
when my grandmother was she had Alzheimer's and she lived in a 7-bedroom house. I redid her house. I was in her house for about 2 or 3 months. Every time I would come home, I'm like, my house is so junky. Because my grandma had this mansion of a house. It was old. It was 1970s. I made it up to code and everything. But my whole point is I almost moved into that house. My family would have sued me.
Yeah.
So I understand of not wanting to leave this beautiful place. But if it's not yours, you got to go, you know?
And this has been an ongoing dispute that he's had with his family for years. And it's finally come to a head now. And apparently he's been behaving abusively. He's been arrogant and aggressive all the way through this dispute. And which has been going on for years.
I don't that will get you taken off of a will or get you taken off of a contract if you try to fight people physically. If you try to physically fight people.
Probably.
Especially if it's like a family trust or anything that's a conglomerate. Like you think you're in control, but you're not. Hey, Doc.
Hey,
Doc is here.
welcome.
I run into that a lot because of my last name. Family members think just because of their last name, they can run and control things. And it's like, no, that's not how this works.
Nope, not at all.
And we've got one last story. This is from Labour. Actually, I'm gonna run the jingle. So because we haven't done this for a while, and I keep forgetting. So if you're wearing headphones, just this is a headphone
bitch.
warning.
Fucking God.
If I can find it.
Someone
do
the
have-
Emperor Bridge.
Here we go. So this is if I can share the screen, that would help as well. This is quite interesting. Rupert Huck MP apologizes for superficially black remark. She said that she was recorded saying that the Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng is only superficially black.
Oh, I'm ready to fight. He's darker than she is. I am so tired of colorism and people using color on each other. Sorry, it's an issue.
Yeah, it is.
I am so tired of colorism.
And she was I think they've got. Yeah, it says here, MP Rupert Huck says she has apologized to Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng for describing him as superficially black. Speaking at a Labour Party conference fringe event, Ms. Huck also said, if you hear him on the Today programme, you wouldn't know he's black.
So what? My father was from Savannah, Georgia, and if you heard him on the telephone, you would have thought he was a white guy. Move on with your life.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, and
people actually thought at one point before they actually saw what he looked like. Apparently, record companies thought Rick Astley was a black man.
You know what? I thought I was a kid. I don't even want to tell that story. Actually, that's a bad one.
Oh, please tell it. Now I want to know.
I'll say it off air.
But
Okay, fine.
she's been suspended and she's had the whip removed for those comments.
Really?
Yeah, they acted quickly on that one.
So she actually had repercussions for running her mouth.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. The consequences. You never see that anymore.
But,
Again, like I said earlier, with all the fighting that's going on, like infighting is the last thing you need.
yeah, and that's
the truth.
the problem. I mean, Labour have got enough problems within fighting as it is, and then she says something like that,
And
especially when it's bad timing because it's happened during the Labour conference as well. So anyway,
The light is green.
And their conference was pretty dry as well.
was it? I didn't see any. I didn't see it, to be honest.
I haven't been sleeping because of my antibiotics, and like it was dry. I watched all of it.
Antibiotics? What did you get? What did you catch? What happened?
I got COVID like a month ago.
You got COVID and they're giving you antibiotics? What kind of fucked up medical team are you dealing with?
No, because I can't breathe because I'm an asthmatic, and so I'm on.
But antibiotics, that still doesn't track.
No, I'm on prednisone, and it's just I have a low
steroids
immune
I
system.
can understand, but antibiotics are for bacteria. That's the part that's throwing me.
Yeah.
You see?
You keep going. Regardless, I'm a sick individual.
Well, you were sick anyway, independently of the disease. You're sick in your head, motherfucker. That's why I like you.
Well, the thing is that if you are taking prednisone, your immune system is going to be a little bit down. So I'm assuming the antibiotics are for other infections, but not for the COVID.
It's because I have a low immune system in general, and if someone even sneezes on me, I catch a cold.
Yep.
I'm just one of those people. So yeah, I've been hiding for the past month.
Because it's not going to work on a virus, but yeah.
Hence all the beautiful things I've made sitting in my.
I just got a sewing machine like 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I didn't have one for years. But I needed one because my
Jesus,
I had
wait
to
almost
fix my
jack
clothes.
off. People
What's
can't
that
fucking turn.
Look, she's
And
in
that
New
just
Jersey.
wasn't fast enough.
I hear you on that.
Will is an evil Renman.
Reman.
Reman.
I am a Reman.
Now, you want to talk about an evil little gremlin? Let me fucking tell you some stories about Matt, motherfucker. I got bored the other day, and I don't even know why he did this. We were pretty fucking stoned. He fucking pulled his pants down and sat on my fucking head and farted. That's a gremlin.
Gross. And on that
bombshell,
we're going to say good evening. That's it for this week's On the Sofa. And if you're watching at home and you're not already, then do subscribe. It's absolutely free. And so it's a win-win. And thanks for everyone watching at home, and thanks to Will and Sienese and our new guest, Real Pumpkin J. Thanks for coming along. And
Thank you.
We'll see you next week at the same time. Bye for now.
Every Thursday, so hi. I don't know
Bye.
I know it ain't me because I don't know you, motherfucker.
If Kate Burley does watch